A simmering border dispute between Thailand and Cambodia is casting a shadow over a summit of Southeast Asian leaders this weekend. Only months after clashes that left more than 40 people dead and forced mass evacuations, the two neighbours are again trading accusations over new border posts and land seizures. Mediators hope the summit can reinforce a fragile ceasefire. DW's Asia-Pacific Bureau Chief Georg Matthes traveled to the Thai-Cambodian border region to speak to the people there.
Cambodian soldiers watch every move across the border. Since the fighting stopped, this patch of land in northwest Cambodia has become a new battleground. Today, local reporters were invited to film what Cambodian officials call a Thai incursion.
We are Cambodian. We stand here on our own land and watching Thailand start making activity on the land that's not yet decided which land is owned by which country.
This is the new borderline Thailand has put up, cutting through part of Ban Prey Chan village. Large boards mark it as seized land under Thai forest law. Land that now includes several Cambodian homes. One of them belongs to Tang Ni, who's lived here since 1993. He was forced to move out and says he's lost everything.
No country needs war. We want peace. Cambodians and Thais used to live like family. There's no reason to turn us against each other.
Many on the Thai side feel the same. With most checkpoints along the 800-kilometer border still closed, thousands have lost their jobs, including this former checkpoint worker, who only wants to be identified by his first name.
The situation's unpredictable. The main worry is we don't know what the Cambodian side will do. Our bags are still in the car and we're ready to evacuate any time.
People on both sides say civilians were targeted deliberately. This convenience store in Sisaket was hit by Cambodian rockets. It's set to reopen soon, but 8 people, including 2 children, died here. The 5 days of fighting killed more than 40 people on both sides, including this Thai soldier. He died in battle in Surin province. His mother fears the violence could erupt again.
The Cambodian side keeps attacking, but Thailand wants to stay friends. If they stay hostile, we'll just have to live apart. Still, I hope for peace, for everyone's sake.
Back at the border, an interim observer team from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations has arrived. Soldiers from Laos, Brunei, the Philippines and Malaysia are inspecting disputed areas and recording any ceasefire violations. The two neighbors are key ASEAN members. Many fear that their fight over a few patches of jungle risks paralyzing the organization and unsettling the whole region.
Georg Matthes filed that report when his hair was still a little longer and joins us now. Georg, how big is the disputed area and why is this so important?
I think one of the key things you discover when you visit those areas about the conflict is that the solution for this conflict cannot be found in the areas. This is not ground that contains natural resources. This is not ground of strategic position value. And moreover, quite the contrary, this is ground that still contains thousands of landmines back from the days of the Khmer Rouge. And this is it's also clear. So, for instance, the key temple area that is disputed is a 5 square kilometers, and I think everybody agrees that neither Thailand nor Cambodia needs more temples or needs more jungle. So put in a nutshell, I would say this is a conflict that is largely symbolic, and it's a conflict about sovereignty.
Do you have any more information on what a broader ceasefire agreement would entail?
Well, what you hear from the ASEAN organizers in Malaysia is that a number of bullet points have been agreed that could be put onto a paper like that, and they're fairly feasible, I would say. One key thing is to withdraw the heavy weapons from the border on both sides, to have a joint team that monitors that movement, to have a joint demining effort in that region, and also to battle cybercrime, something we can see where there's a will, there's a way. On the Thai-Myanmar border, for instance, that has happened. Cybercrime has come down because Thailand took some action. So these are possible things. I don't think what you will find in any agreement to be signed or possibly to be signed in Malaysia is the exact line of the border or issues like the 18 soldiers that have been captured by Thailand and are still to be released.
U.S. President Donald Trump is also expected at the ASEAN summit in Malaysia. How big is his role in, making this happen?
Well, from what I have heard is that his leverage to connect the progress in the trade, the progress in the peace talks with the trade talks and the tariffs has actually put pressure on both sides and has helped. Also, his announcement that he would attend that summit has helped. So cautious optimism, I would say. I think the main thing is that economically for both sides, the trade in the area between Cambodia and Thailand has been a win-win and has now been turned into a lose-lose, where it really doesn't matter which side loses more. But I think this kind of economic pressure that you now have is something that will help to put something into paper. And this paper is a way that both sides come together. It will not be a paper that resolves the conflict, I would say.
We'll get to that in a second. But having followed this conflict for a while now, how big do you consider the chances for a peace deal to be signed this weekend?
Yeah, I think there is I would say cautiously optimistic. It's crucial now that both sides find a way to get closer to each other. But the real tricky issues, like the village that I have visited, where exactly is the border? I think we haven't reached a point in the peace negotiations that are ongoing where that will be addressed. Because the issue is not exactly those few houses. The issue is that for both sides, fueling this conflict has been fairly attractive. Take the military, for instance. The reputation of the military on both sides in Cambodia and Thailand at the moment is very high. People feel these people are protecting the country. They're staying firm against pressure from the other side. And when I talk to both sides, and I've visited officials on both sides and the people on both sides, you really hear the same arguments. Both are saying the other side is encroaching, the other side is threatening us, we want peace. So to get out of that situation, I think you have to take small steps. And one of those steps could be a peace deal or an official paper, apart from the ceasefire that has been agreed, an official paper that may be signed now in Malaysia.
But you say that wouldn't solve the underlying problems. Why is that? Well, the problem is that on the border, it's a highly symbolic problem. It's a symbolic fight that has been fueled, and even I would say even the people who started this fight are now a bit in fear that it might spiral out of control because national sentiments on both sides are sky high. And as I've pointed out at the beginning, this is not a conflict that is about the land in itself, but rather the symbolism. And both sides need a face-saving solution. Both sides need to walk away from this conflict without giving their nation or their audience the impression that they have conceded ground. That's DW's Asia Pacific Bureau Chief Georg Matthes. Thanks, Georg.